is so much history in these walls and in these stables with the horses and the riders who have stayed here. I have been incredibly lucky to drive in this driveway every single day. I'm sitting in the trophy room of the United States Equestrian Foundation. I started coming in this driveway in 1968 when I was on the eventing squad for the Olympic Games that year. And in 1989, I was offered a job. And it's led me on a career path that I'm unbelievably lucky to have been able to follow. I am truly honored to receive USHJA's Lifetime Achievement Award. I was stunned when Billy called me to let me know that I'd been given it, and I feel especially honored because I feel that there are many people who I stand alongside who are equally as deserving. When I was thinking about this award, it struck me that Evening Mail represented everything that I have done in my career. I started out showing him as a hunter. I then realized that I was very interested in the training of young horses and the process, and that led me to what was called 3-day eventing. After his eventing career, I became involved in racing over timber and fox hunting, and also through governance with what was then the U.S. Equestrian Team, now Foundation. Though my family wasn't horsey, my mother's sister and her husband, who trained racehorses, had a small breeding farm and lived close by, and my twin and I became horse crazy as kids very early, and my mom would take us to Tourlet Farm every afternoon to ride. When my twin and I were probably 11 or 12, my uncle would give us our choice of the yearling crop to prepare for the yearling show that was held every summer at Monmouth Park. And that was the first time that I learned about how to communicate with horses in a language that they could understand, and how much I enjoyed doing that, and that thread really continued through the rest of my career and just doesn't stop. I was 13 years old. My uncle said, "Why don't you take this filly," her name was Pumpkin Tart, "you break her, train her, and make her into a riding horse." She never gave me any trouble. She was a 2-year-old thoroughbred. And I taught her how to jump, and she won ribbons at Devon in the Garden. Her ending was very sad. When I was a sophomore in high school, and my parents walked in to give me the news that my filly had had colic the night before and had to be put down. But as you can probably tell from my voice, that was 60 years ago, and that's how much effect horses have on our lives. In the early 60s, I met Bill Haggard, and he introduced me to eventing. I thought, well, maybe that's the direction I should go with Evening Mail. And it became apparent that if I wanted to go farther, I should take myself to Europe and see how I did there. I spent the fall of '67, spring of '68, and did the major eventing competitions there. When I came home after badminton, I was asked to be on the Olympic squad for that year, and that was the first time I came to these incredible surroundings here at Gladstone. I started out working for the U.S. Equestrian Team, administering jumping and eventing. After the '92 games, one of the USET directors came to me and asked how I would feel if my job were split. And I said, that would be great. I choose jumping because it enabled me to administer jumping and stay involved with that sport at the very highest level fielding, funding, equipping teams for Olympic Games, and also in eventing. It enabled me to pursue a career as an eventing official, and I'm a large R eventing judge in TD. I was fortunate enough to go to 5 Olympic Games, 92, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008. Every World Cup final, every World Equestrian Games, every Pan American Games. I've been lucky also because I've had wonderful people helping me that I feel that I've been able to mentor. Most particularly Lizzie Chesson, who is now the managing director for jumping, and my younger daughter Sarah, who worked with me and then went on to be the managing director for eventing for USEF and is now working for the foundation. And I'm very proud of the jobs that both of them have done. I'm worried about the future of the sport. I feel lucky to be involved in USHJA's Emerging Athletes program, but it's a small step in what I perceive as an increasing need to remember why we're doing what we're doing. And we're doing it for the horses. If we don't find a way to create the next generation of horsemen in the mold that we have from the people that I was lucky enough to be involved with, we will have no future. Emerging Athletes has made a strong stance. The care and training of the horse is as important as what happens in the ring. And that's my mission for the future.